Jason Ricci, and this is
Kaitlin Dibble,
and you're gonna take a
trip
with
Penny Lane,
Giant 96
Real Radio.
Been waiting for these two to come in for a long time from Massachusetts. We have Kaitlin Dibble. How are you doing?
Hi, all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you. Stripey this time.
Yeah, I love it. It's like the pink. Did you do it yourself?
No, I have a friend that I allowed to do whatever he wants in return for making it stripey and strange things.
Yeah. Looks good. Did you ever mess it up on you?
He's made it really satanically red, but it usually makes it's just offensive to other people and exciting to me.
I love it. I think it's gorgeous. So cool. Love your song, by the way, White Line, Stop Sign. We're playing it here at Giant 96. And Trouble with Dibble, where can people find that?
It's on CD Baby, or also on KaitlynDibble.com. You can find it.
And you brought a friend in today, Mooncat.
I did.
Meow.
How did he get his name, Mooncat?
It was given to me.
Was it?
By the cat gods.
By the cat gods?
Well, one cat god, actually.
One cat god?
El Jefe.
So you guys have a cat. Is it Sylvester?
Yes, I think Sylvester actually discovered El Jefe in our house.
Really?
So, yeah.
For himself, he did. Yeah.
For himself.
Did he ever catch that mouse?
He caught a few nieces. And some of them have made it out alive. And
Okay, so he has a friend in there, right? In the bathroom? I heard?
Yeah. Well, a new one. One of them is gone, and another one has made it around that's a little angrier. They're getting a little sick of Sylvester and his shenanigans, I guess.
He won't kill the mice.
No.
I kill the mice. We're a team.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
I'll tell you what Carson does is he leaves a Dorito bag with chips on the ground, being a lazy teenager, and then in the middle of the night, he'll hear the mouse in the Dorito bag, and he goes over and just freaking crushes it in the bag. I'm like, oh, that's so mean.
It's very convenient to
You know,
pick the bag up and
he's just-
dispose of it. Just, you know.
Yeah, that's what he said. And I'm like, he's like, that's why I don't pick up my room, because that way, it's like a mouse trap. I'm like, you are 8 of. So maybe you should try, you can try the Dorito thing, as long as
So can you hear the crunch noise, or
I have no clue, Caitlin. I just look at him like, all right, I'm all done.
See, we just stuffed
Back to
dryer
Facebook,
sheets all around. I tried that.
So when did you first remember, Caitlin, hearing music and really being moved by it?
I think hearing Mary and Faithful do Why'd You Do It was the first thing I heard that was really exciting to me, that it sounded like the dirtiest thing I'd ever heard. And still sounds a little bit intense to me, but it was such a good, angry song. That made me think that was something I'd like to be able to do and be amplified for.
Do you remember your first time that you picked up a guitar?
Every time I pick up the guitar, almost it feels like my first time.
Oh.
But, well, I had one electric guitar when I was 16, when I was in Bloomington, and I sold it to get out to New Orleans to chase after a guy, and I just got it back actually, maybe a year ago. It sat in a little shop next to an old rifle out there.
They kept it that long?
Yeah, it had big flowers on it. It's like an electric guitar with big flowers on it, and it's a little too feminine for most of the guys, and not quite sparkly enough, I guess, for girls.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
So how long after you went to New Orleans did you just get rid of them? Obviously, you're not with them.
Yeah. Well,
Was it worth it?
well, getting out to New Orleans was
right?
worth it.
Right?
Yeah.
What's it like down there? I've never been there, but I've heard such amazing things.
It's a place where you can smell your way home, which I really always liked. So, and the people were wonderful. I had great times out there. It's a really good place to stew or marinate in any way.
And now you're back in Bloomington, Indiana.
How have you not escaped to New Orleans ever?
You know, I don't know. It's like busy kids, you know. We need to.
Too.
No, we need to. It's sort of ridiculous. We haven't. People always, you haven't been to there yet? And I was like, no. Tim's been there. We'll get there. Make it a destination point.
Yes.
Yes. It's hard when you got kids and dogs and jobs and, you know, life.
No, it's a lot easier when it's just like 68 or less on a Greyhound is all you have to worry about.
Right.
And then you just go and knock on somebody's door and...
I'm here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your CD, Trouble with Dibble. First of all, great cover.
Ah, thank you.
Tell me about the artwork and all the pictures on there. Very interesting.
It's got a little caged bird that when I fell in love with this mill town, Lowell, out in Massachusetts, and I was going out there to rehearse, and I actually got off at the bus stop, and someone screamed "whore" at the top of their lungs, and I was like, I don't think I want to. It was more of a sighting than, I'm not sure exactly how it worked, but I thought I should probably go into a little store or just until the train was getting closer to coming.
Yeah.
So I stopped in this little store, and there were just piles of junk, and a friend of mine really hates caged birds. Mm-hmm. And I saw this little caged bird, and I was going to bend its bars back and put tiny naked people helping the bird escape.
Uh-huh.
And the woman tried to...
She makes the tiny naked people. I just felt the need to interject there.
Oh, yeah.
That she wasn't just going to find tiny naked people and imprison them in place of a bird.
It could have happened.
She makes them out of a substance that I can't remember the name of.
What do they add up?
Not flesh and blood. Femo.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Is that like an artist thing? Is it like Femo? I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's like an oven baking clay or something. So.
That's cool.
So it's
Do you post pictures online, or is it
well,
it's on your CD
on
cover?
the front of the CD,
right.
there are a few of them hanging.
She sells them.
I used to have
That's
them hanging out of...
Where can we buy them at?
At the show.
At the show?
Yeah, actually, my first CD release, I gave away Tiny Naked People to the first, I think, like 50 or something people
cool.
that came in.
That's awesome.
But anyway, the woman sold me the bird saying it doesn't work, it doesn't sing, it doesn't do anything. Here, you know, $5. And so I took it and I brought it out to Lowell, and
it was a real bird.
It was it's the little caged bird on the front that it looks like a music box, but it wouldn't make any noise.
Okay.
But I brought it out there, and my guitar player pulled a little pin out of the side of it, and it started to spin and dance and sing "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning."
That's so cool.
Which is the first track on Trouble with Dibble.
That's neat. That's an awesome story.
So I got attached to it then.
Yeah, which is cool. I love the opening too, the intro to your CD.
Yeah, I think that soothing, the noise of the music box always makes me think it's quiet time in some way or something, I guess.
And there's such a cool story behind it. I like that about you and Mooncat. You've got that creative, artistic vibe, and it just flows directly into your music and life. And I always learn new things from you guys. So, tell me, what's one of your favorite songs off of Trouble with Dibble? And I love that title too. Especially like when you listen to all the songs. You know, and then you're like, yeah, that's cool. Are you Trouble?
Well, a friend named a show that I was going to do Trouble with Dibble, and I liked the idea of it, and it kept kind of going around in my head, and I didn't realize the kind of Star Trek references or whatever, I guess, with little tribbles, little furry things that I think take over and are called Trouble with Tribble.
Oh.
That's where it comes from.
I didn't know that.
Weird.
That's cool.
I really liked Let the Heat Soak In, and it was a duet I did in the beginning with a ukulele player out in Lowell named Melvin Taylor, and I tried to put the CD together in a way where it kind of tells the story of, you know, White Line Stop Sign, which is kind of leaving Texas and coming out to Lowell, and then all that occurs out in Lowell, I guess, aside from Live Nude Girls, maybe kind of scattered memories.
That song's interesting too. I always listen to it and I like hear another line. I'm like, ooh. I just think it's funny.
I was so excited to play that song for guys and have them take off the earphones and go, I don't know if I want to hear anymore.
Really?
It was just too much information with that song.
Was it guys that go to strip clubs? And then they couldn't listen to it?
I'm sure. Oh, yeah.
So funny. Were they actual dancers saying all the lines at the end of the song?
Well, I was a dancer, so, and it's me and then a friend who I actually just met, Jen Kearney. I met her the day that we did that, and we became really close friends. But she's never danced, but Bob Nash called her up and said, do you want to say every inappropriate thing that Caitlyn's ever heard a stripper say in a dress room? She said, sure, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And
no, it's interesting because like every time you hear the end of the song, you hear something different. Like the other day, I was going past the casino and I heard well, you were actually singing it, and you saying something about keeping 6 inches away from, and then I was like, you know, and never being a dancer or anything, I'm like, oh, you gotta try to keep 6 inches away from. I mean, it's just like you put it all in your head,
right?
Because you know, I've had friends that danced and things, and you know, and they tell you things, and you're like, oh, you know,
that's an interesting rule. Yeah, neither knee on the ground in Texas, which also takes some skills.
Yeah, like my girlfriend that was a dancer, like we'd go out to dance clubs, and she never freaking would dance with me. I was like, Shelly, let's go dance. Oh no, I don't want to dance. I have to dance at work. And I'm like, it's not the same kind of dancing, you know. But you know, I don't know.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to learn the other type of dancing. I think once you get used to something where it's just touching your hair and things like that, and yeah, definitely takes some skills to go into the like moving your feet and things like that after that type of dancing.
Well, and it would be like, I mean, it's probably good exercise, I would assume. You know. Oh, you see the things, like Don Stuck always talks about these poles or something, you know, like they had mobile ones, and like they have a name for it, you know. And I'm like, I couldn't even do that for 2 seconds. I don't think ever in my life. It's like, it takes some work there. So, what song are you going to do for us? We got to do some songs
for us. Would you let the heat soak in?
Sure.
Have a Mooncat.
And again, we are talking to Kaitlin Dibble in Mooncat. And tell everybody where they can get your CD at.
On CD, baby, and or at KaitlinDibble.com.
How are my levels here? Is it about to play something right there? Am I louder than her? Should I come back?
Great Mooncat.
I just want to make sure. It's an uncontrolled environment here.
And I'm quite the engineer for hire, by the way, now.
Okay. Okay. 2, here you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. so cute.
I love it. So, Trouble with Dibble, where can we find it at, Miss
You can
Caitlin?
find it on CD Baby or at KaitlinDibble.com.
Mm-hmm. And you're also on Facebook?
Yes, I am on Facebook too.
And so we can go back there because you're going to be, you just got in from Massachusetts recently and sort of getting accustomed to back to Bloomington, Indiana, and you're going to be doing some shows.
Yeah, I'm playing out at Players Pub on May 19th.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool. May 19th,
Yeah.
right before the race.
And
Pretty close,
that's like
huh?
a small show. That's just like it'll be like a 2 or 3 piece she'll have with her, and I'll be there playing some stuff, but mostly she'll be just doing tons. When I back when I was like allowed to do stuff and my life was great, like Kate came with me and we did gigs and she opened and people loved it. Well, she puts words together.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, just
makes up new ones.
And in this show, she used Satan as an adjective. She said satanically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
No, I'm just saying it's different. It's not. She's good at doing that.
Yeah, that's a.
You should read her Facebook posts.
Oh, I do.
That's pretty much how I felt.
Sometimes I go back over them again. I'm like, no, let me read that one more time.
Oh yeah.
That's cool though.
Oh, see, Jason was one of the few people who seemed to understand, but then he told me that sometimes he fakes it, things that I had written up there.
Did I tell you that, or did you just read my mind on that? Using the Dreamcatcher. We're also anti-Dreamcatcher, by the way.
Are you?
Both of us. We're
I
against
just
Dreamcatchers.
learned that about myself, I think, when a friend of mine sent me a box of stuff that I'd left out in Massachusetts, and he stuck a Dreamcatcher in there. And
Yeah, I
know
don't
what
really
to
pay attention to
do
things
with it.
too much like that. Ever. Someone gave one to the kids once, and I was like, oh. And then it probably got thrown in the trash can later, you know. It was there for a little while, and then it was like, phew.
Yeah, I think that's the future of this one too.
Yeah, that's what I think. Think of a person that just thinks positive, and every once in a while, for some reason when I pray, it works. But I don't necessarily. I just believe in praying and being positive and trying to do the right things and ignoring the bad things. So if bad happens, I pretty much erase it from my mind instantly, unless I'm mad. I was mad yesterday at Straight Talk. And Wade and everybody was in the kitchen and never heard me cuss before. And I was so mad. I mean, I go to pay my freaking smartphone, it's a damn card, so you're giving them money, and then all of a sudden it went from automated to some guy from India speaking, and I'm not being prejudiced, but the guy can't speak English, and I'm mad, because the buttons aren't working on my phone with the thing. It lets you talk and won't let you push 1 or 2. It hears your voice. So if anyone's loud in your house, it messes up. And my house is totally loud. Someone's always doing something. So then this guy wants to know my father's middle name, and I'm making a pay. They don't know that information. It's a damn card you buy at Walmart. And then he wanted to know the phone serial number, and I lost it. I was screaming, and he said, well, he couldn't take my money unless I gave him the serial number of my phone that I'm talking to him on. So I cussed and yelled at him, and they're all looking at me like, "Ooh."
See, you didn't
called-
erase that from your memory.
But no, I didn't. But I screamed at him. I didn't feel bad either. And then I called back and made sure everyone was quiet, pressed the buttons, and paid my cell phone bill. Life went on. Wade was like, I can't believe you talked that way. Well, believe it, just happened. So
I can't believe that's the first time Wade heard you get mad.
yeah, I don't know. Well,
I've heard you get mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember when you heard me get mad.
Let's not bring it up.
Let's not.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
starting to get
that's
mad
not
again. I don't even know what about. I'm getting mad. I'm just kidding. Play us one more song. We're at the top of the hour.
Oh.
Connor McNeely's getting ready to come on, but I'd love to hear one more song from you. So what is it going to be? And I love this guitar, by the way.
Yeah, I think
We're going to have to take a picture of it, if that's all
White
right.
Line because, yeah, this, blue melted down old airplanes that this guy makes in Montana in like a trailer, and I ran into the guitar and it's super light and it's pretty loud.
You got a vibe going together. You got the airplane thing, he's got the Oldsmobile case. I like this. Kaitlin Dibble and Mooncat live on the Giant 96. Thank you both for coming out.
Thank you, Penny. That was a good time.